So I had to go to a part 2 because I guess I talk a lot, and I know that I do, but I didn't realize I was doing it. So what I was about to tell you was that my husband, I had said, you're not as involved in my journey in Islam as I thought that you were going to be. And he said, yes, I am. And he said, I'm watching everything that you do. He said, if you head down the wrong direction, the wrong path, he said, you better believe I'm going to be there. He said, however, it is not my place. It would not benefit anybody for me to force you to do things in your new religion. And he said, what my job is to plant little seeds, give you little nuggets of information that make you want to go and find out more. And that's what he does, and that's what I do. It's been great. There are so many times when I ask him things, and he'll just give me just enough information to make me hungry for more. So he's handling me very well. And considering that, like I said, this is multicultural, and that he has to take into consideration that I was brought up different than he was, and that Islam is brand new for me, and everything is brand new for me. You need to think about, for example, with reverts, okay? If you are a woman revert in the West, and you're by yourself, and you're trying to do Islam by yourself, and you don't know any other Muslims, which was kind of my case. I mean, I had my husband, but I didn't have any female Muslims in my life. And let me just tell you, for example, the struggle with the hijab. Okay, I'd never been around a hijab. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to style it. I didn't know what kind of hijab to get. I didn't know where to get them. I didn't know how to. I mean, my first few times that I put on the hijab, it was an epic fail. And I felt like a failure. And I got really upset with myself. I'm not doing it right. I'm not good enough. I mean, I went through a lot of things. And he was there. I mean, he was there, and he helped me a little bit. But he's a guy. It's not his thing. So, we don't know about safety pins and tape and head caps and ninja caps and the difference between the jersey and the different kind of hijab. And we definitely don't know how to do it. We don't know how to do it with earrings. We don't know how to, it's such a huge brand new thing for us that we have no experience with. Whereas if we were around other Muslim women where we had an example, we would kind of be familiar with what it is and how to, we're not used to it, but we would be familiar with what it looks like and what kind of look we want to wear. And so it's a big thing, that's just one thing. But again, he said, this is between you and Allah. I mean, it's an obligation. It's your obligation. It's not my job to tell you your obligations. You're an adult. You know what you need to do. And when the time is right, you will do it. And he also has told me time and time again, don't rush yourself. Don't force yourself. Take it easy. It's a journey. It's a journey for the rest of your life. It's a sea of information. And you're going to just keep learning. And I remember one time I was with a friend shopping, and I FaceTimed him, and I had tried on a burqa, and I FaceTimed him with the burqa on. And he was a little bit surprised. And he said, whoa, babe, what do what's going on? And I said, I'm just trying it. And he said, one step at a time. You're doing fine. And he was like, if you want to wear a burqa, that's great. He's like, but one step at a time. He's like, I think that you're trying to do a few things too fast, or you're trying to be sometimes you're going to make decisions that later on you're going to think you're going to get overwhelmed or burnt out. So that was good advice, and I'm sharing this advice with you guys. Okay, bringing this story to an end. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is, men, if you are born Muslim men and you are selecting a wife from the West, you are going to have to understand a few things about us. First of all, we may not be very familiar with Islam. So if you are marrying a woman who is not Muslim, have patience with her and explain things to her, because I promise you she probably doesn't know. Women are nurturing, so they're going to want to find out the information on their own, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. However, the other thing is, in Western culture, unfortunately, women have had to carry the load for a lot of families. They've had to be the husband and the wife. In a lot of families, they've had to work 1 or 2 jobs and still try to maintain the house, and a lot of women are single moms, and it's just a very different culture from probably what you're used to. We don't have big families in the States. We maybe have 1 or 2 children per family. We don't have 7, 8, 9, 10 children per family. I think my husband comes from a big family, and for me it was just me. I was the only child, and so he has a lot of understanding for that, and I am learning what it's like to be a part of a big family. So we're working together on this one. But if you're going to be a conservative Muslim and you're going to come in and you're going to try to impose or force your Western wife to do things, she's not going to like it. It's going to be met with resistance. She will probably do it because she loves you and she wants to honor you and she wants to obey you. However, don't take advantage of that. There are some things that she needs to find out on her own, and educate her and support her and love her and guide her with gentleness. I mean, this is what the Quran says. This is the Islamic way. Guide her with gentleness, and it'll all be fine. But women in the States, they're told, live your best life and you can do it all. Yes, you can. I can do it all. And my husband says, I know you can, but let me. And I love that. I wouldn't have it any other way. But there are cultural differences, and I've had to learn about his as well. The kind of food that he likes, the kind of things that he's used to. Lots and lots of things that I'm not going to get into in this video. So I wanted to share this because I think it's important, and I think that there are a lot of men and women out there that are in multicultural relationships, and maybe it's going great and maybe not. Share your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear your journey as well. Alhamdulillah.